Culture and commercial. We know the two sides are connected in an organisation, but how? How does our organisational culture drive commercial achievement? We'd like to show you how, and how you can set cultural and commercial metrics to deliver your commercial goals. Work is a process, a transaction, that's initiated by an individual carrying out some tasks and sending their output to another individual. There can be resistance to the transmission of that work that either slows it down or alters its quality. And that will impact on how the recipient of the work perceives its quality and the reputation of the sender. The effectiveness of the individual carrying out their tasks is influenced by their motivation and how they are managed. The resistance to the transmission of work can be influenced by its effectiveness. And it's affected by the health of the relationships, how the people involved in the transaction get along. And finally, the effectiveness of the work transaction is affected by the person who receives it and their health in their position. And let's not forget that this transaction is overseen by a leader or leaders who have a direct impact on the people, the work effectiveness and the relationships. In Drive, Dan Pink revealed 3 motivators of people in organisations if money is not a consideration. These are autonomy, that they have control over the various aspects of their work; mastery, that the work that they do challenges them enough that they are challenged to reach a little and to grow; and sense of purpose, that they can see the bigger picture rather than just meeting productivity targets. Motivated people are happier and more productive, but their happiness is also influenced by the way that they are led, people management. The way that people are led, people management, has itself 4 elements. These are values. Is the person aligned to the role and to the organisation? Does the person know what is expected of them and can they do it? Feedback. Do they get told how they are doing and how to improve? And finally, learning and development. Do they know how they can grow in the role and organisation? But the motivators and people management are just 2 of the factors that lead to a more effective work relationship. Now let's look at work management. As with people management, work management has 4 elements. The best way. Is the current best way of doing work documented and available? Resources. Are all of the tools and resources needed to do the job properly consistently available? Induction. Are people taught how to do their work in the best known way? And improvement. Do they know how to improve on the current best way of doing the work? We've looked at how people are motivated and managed, and how they can be more effectively supported in their work. Now let's think about the relationships that people have in the organisation. We have individual people, teams, and relationships. These relationships exist across the entire value chain and start with the individual in the centre. They exist on 2 planes, internal or external to the organisation, and as a supplier or customer relationship. Are they receiving or giving? The individual has multiple levels of relationships across the value chain, at team level, at group level, and at organisation level. And these exist with the internal suppliers, with their internal customers, with their external customers, and with their external suppliers. So when we think about relationships in the organisation and their health, we can look at them at an increasing depth of impact. And we can look at each of these through the internal or external customer or supplier lens. This is why thinking about the health of the relationships in the value chain is so important. Okay, so far we've looked at motivation, people and work management, and the relationships across the organisation. Now let's consider the health of the leadership. Leadership is about how leaders influence people. It's about the servant leader being there to support their team. We've considered much of the learnings about leadership and have distilled it down to 7 elements drawn from the Business Excellence Framework. They are customers, how the leader deals with internal or external customers; communication, how they communicate what is going on. Values, does the leader demonstrate the values of the organisation? Do as they say. Does the leader deliver on their commitments? Supporting, how the leader supports the development of individuals within the team. Managing performance, how the leader manages the performance of people. And commercial, how the leader manages the financial and commercial aspects of their role. So now we understand each of the factors and their cumulative impact, we can consider the benefits that accrue for doing each really well. It's at this stage that we're going to start to tie the culture and commercial sides of the business together. For each of the elements that we've so far discussed, motivation, people and work management, health of the relationships and leadership, all of the elements within the work transaction, there is both a cultural and commercial benefit. And we can determine what those benefits are. You will be able to see these benefits in more detail in the SlideShare version of this video. We can determine the cultural and commercial benefits of having motivated people in the organisation, of how we support their journey within the organisation, of how we enable them to complete their work transactions, the benefits of healthy relationships, and finally, the benefits of healthy leadership. So if we understand the cultural and commercial benefits of having happy and motivated people, of healthy people management, of healthy work management, of having healthy relationships and healthy leadership, and we can accept that there is a link between the cultural and commercial benefits of each, then shouldn't we begin to measure and track how we are doing? We can do this in a sequence of cultural metrics and lead indicators. These are the inputs that enable commercial lead indicators and commercial lag indicators to be more effective. And here's how it all joins up. It's far healthier for us if we're happy and motivated at work. We've shown how the motivators identified by Dan Pink have both cultural and commercial benefits. These motivators relate to how we manage work and people, and they're tracked with the BHC metrics. Our success in delivering the needs identified by the metrics can be measured with cultural lead indicators that impact the effectiveness of the commercial lead indicators that drive the commercial lag indicators of the organisation that deliver the profit that allow us to ensure that money is not an issue for the people we need to keep happy and motivated. The cultural metrics and lead indicators are developed in the BHC Assess process and presented in our Centimetric heat map. From this, the organisation can develop a cultural and commercial dashboard for its board of directors, its executive leadership and its line management. So we've shown the indelible link between nurturing the culture of an organisation and its commercial outcomes. And we've described how you can measure both the cultural and commercial metrics in your organisation. It's these metrics that convert to a set of cultural and commercial lead and lag indicators that can be used in the BHC dashboard to improve the effectiveness of your organisation and to improve your commercial outcomes. We've shown the connection between culture and commercial in organisations. How, if you focus on the soft things, on people, you will get a better return on your investment. For more information, visit www.bizhealthcheck.biz, or you can try it for free. Come and self-reflect with BizHealthCheck.